Uh, I'm
Yeah.
thinking I have zero. It's like another bubble, like I had at the other brokerage, and I have glass here, glass there. People are usually just like making signs at me to get my attention.
Are they throwing gang signs at you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. Are they telling you you're number one?
I don't know in gang sign what it is, but yeah.
How about if are they telling you you're number one?
No. Oh, yeah. Well, no, no, no. Why should they tell me I'm number one?
No, well, sarcastically speaking, it's when they give you the bird, when they tell you to read
Oh,
between the lines. I'm just saying it as when they tell you it's number.
no. I'm still doing my mom thing, so it's the same. We're live. We're live on Facebook. We're live on. I'm seeing Ed. You're not live anywhere because you need to relink all your accounts
I
to.
did. I
You
already relinked
did.
it. I did
Oh,
it before we
it's
even jumped
doing
on.
it.
I don't know.
Oh, because
Technology is
you need to edit that thing. We'll do it, and I need to set up my account for Instagram Live as well. That would be fantastic. So
does
you're
it
not
actually go
in
live
there.
on Instagram?
Can I add you? Let me see if it's gonna work without us saving the change while we live. I hope
So
it's not gonna mess up anything.
while
No,
we
it's
have people
already.
tuning in, yeah, it's already don't mess it up. So guys, thanks for
No, you're
tuning
saying
in.
it's telling me you lost your Facebook access, which I know you're never on Facebook.
I didn't lose
Eh,
my Facebook
Okay,
access.
that's what I got on my end.
StreamYard lost my Facebook access.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right.
Okay, okay, StreamYard. Okay. But I'm glad that we do have capacity to go live on Instagram. So I promise next week I'll instead of
Mm,
redirecting everybody from my Instagram into Facebook, it's just gonna be a given. So
nice.
I'm
You got to show me that.
thank you StreamYard. They're not our sponsor, but thank you StreamYard for improving your technology. Thank you. All
Gra-
right.
grazie.
Grazie. Grazie mille.
Grazie mille.
Everybody, we speak Italian today.
We speak-
All right. So, Ed, I'm a little bit jealous because you're up in the mountain. You're about to go snowboarding this weekend.
So funny story. I didn't leave yet, so I'll be leaving after this.
Okay. All right. All
Yeah.
right.
So I
I'm,
decided to stick back, make sure I had good connection, and jump on. I totally missed out on last week. I do apologize. I was in travel mode.
good. It's okay. Yeah, I'm flying out this weekend to Fort Lauderdale. Thank you. Thank you, my corporate office for sending me to the Four
Very
Seasons.
nice.
Very nice. I like when you do good and people reward you like with $850 a night room. I'm like, wow.
Damn.
I know. But that's I'm pretty happy. It's good. It's good. I've been a
Yeah.
good girl, so I made everybody happy and it's okay. I don't mind it. I do like the reward aspect. It feels good. I don't care about those tokens or those glass things that collect dust, but getting something like saying here you can spend like 3-4 days in that very nice place and enjoy company of other top brokers and stuff like that. It's nice. It's
No, it
good.
is. It
Yeah.
is. I like it. But folks, if you're tuning in right now, we're going to be discussing an interesting topic. All right. We're going to be doing a checkup from the neck up because being in business, being in real estate, especially, it's not easy.
No,
Right. We went through some crazy transitions
we're not
and
out of the woods. We're not.
not yet.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going over some of the important mindsets to have in place. Do a checkup. I know it's only January 26th, but
Is
hey,
it time? Is it time to do it? Is it
hey,
time
we're
to,
one month in. 1 month in. So
not
Gigi,
only, yeah.
you brought up a very interesting video yesterday, right? The other day. It
What
was
did I
about
say?
the video that you sent me
Okay.
about the mindsets, different
Oh, okay,
mindsets, the
okay.
four
Yes.
different mindsets that you don't want
That
to
was
fall.
it was from a Mike Ferry blog because I'm going to tell you what I've been, what I'm doing a lot of the times is speaking to other agents so we can grow our organization, like, similar to any other, franchise and brokerage and different models have, need
Mhm.
we all need recruiting anyway. We need to increase our agent count and good folks and have, hire the right talent and so on and so forth. And then when all I do is pretty much talk to agents all day, and it's I was telling you, I mean, you have some agents that are just so defeatist at this point.
Defeatist. That's a big word.
Is
Dumb
it?
it down for me. Dumb it down for me. Third
Oh,
grade. Third.
oh, yes. You have. I had conversation where people that just basically decided to let go of even the prospect of a good year. They're coming in this year with, oh, it's going to be a crappy year, economy, this and that. It's not, even though it's an election year, it's not going to be any better. We might as well get a second job. It's like, whoa, okay. But, it's not even like a bad market. It was a transition, but it's not a bad market, you
No.
know. Or you have agents that have, because they came into the business during COVID or right before, 2016, 2017, 2018, all the like fantastic years, 2019, amazing years, COVID. Okay, COVID, like weird. And then out, right after COVID, like amazing, right? Rates are down, this and that. So you're having those agents that never had to go and prospect. And I'm seeing a lot also of uh, different mindset of being, either they have this scarcity mindset where they're just still going to think that they're not going to be able to accomplish as much as they could basically create. How you say that? I don't speak English in the morning, as you know. They could
Mm.
intentionally create, like it could come out. How you say that in English? Oh my God, this is terrible when I don't have the words. Um,
But
they
give me a scenario.
Yeah, no. I mean, like somebody's gonna have limitation and just say, "Oh my God, it's not gonna be a good year." Last year we did like, I did one, I did only 2/3 of the business I did in 2022, and now this year is gonna be the same. So don't expect more than 5 transactions this year. Like, this type
Oh,
of mindset, like
it's like negative.
negative, and they're like in stalling mode, and they're not like, they don't see anything bright. Instead of, let's get back to like what you showed me earlier before we went live. I love that you're using all the tech, you're using all the tools, you're going back to
Mm.
basic, and you're doing it.
Yes.
Kudos for that. But
Grazie.
anyway, I'm gonna find manifesting. That's what I was saying.
Manifesting.
Manifest. It's
Wow.
Ed, it's called menopause brain. I'm telling you,
Come on.
it's a thing. It's a thing. It's terrible. Anyway,
That okay.
why is it
All
so
right.
taboo? This is the 21st century. We're there, okay?
Listen,
Before that,
21st.
we were,
No,
we
no.
were discarded as useless older women. But no, we're there. We're proud. We're loud. Older
Yes.
women.
Yes. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah.
So now we have to be politically and genderly correct, apparently,
Or non-genderly, or whatever you decide to be correct.
or
Okay, that's that's
whatever.
that's what it is. So
Or
I'm a loud and proud menopausal. I rep for the menopausal women, the
so
cisgender menopausal women.
so as we were discussing, check up from your neck up. All
Yeah.
right. So there's and real quick, we're not gonna stay into this, but I know a lot of you folks have come across the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. So a lot of things that are occurring right now is we're starting to use what's happening in the market to be facts as to why we can't progress or move forward,
Yeah.
right? So, as a lot of you know, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. So, what are some
I want
examples of
you
this?
to go back to how you presented. You remember when we had this fantastic segment during our
Mm,
one of the CE classes we did on
That was fun, by the
my
way.
uh
That
that
was
was
fun,
fun.
by the way.
So let's go back as a summary of just mindset, like
Mm.
in how you say manière de penser, how you say that in Spanish? Manera de mindset. How you say it in Spanish? It just sets it better in Latin languages than in English. Where your mind
You
is
say
set is okay.
mindset,
Mindset is manera de pensar,
manera de pensar.
de pensar. Yes, you see, I don't speak Spanish.
Manera de pensar. There you go.
Which is so yes, so in Spanish or and in French, manière de penser, which is like it really sets you up like the notion of the growth versus fixed mindset. And
Yes.
I did love the way you put that together
Thank
in a
you.
fun way. Just give us a summary of that. Bring me back to that segment you had brought live, and it was so animated. Just give it to our folks the way you did give it to us a couple of years ago.
Well, I'm definitely not going to go through 45 minutes of that for
Oh
sure.
no,
But what I wanted to focus on and just to kind of bring you guys back was the different types of mindsets, right? So we have the fixed mindset, growth mindset, and I was mentioning before was what are some examples of that, right? So avoid challenges. What are some of the challenges that we're facing right now in the market, right?
no inventory,
Low inventory. What else? And if you
uh,
and if you're
rates.
watching this live, give me like comment in the chat box. Let's talk about it, right? What are some of the obstacles that you're running into, right? Challenges that you're running into. Rates. What else, Gigi?
We have the rates for sure.
Uh-huh.
Um, we do have like a little bit of a disconnect from going back to old ways of doing business, not always accepted by anyone.
Okay.
Older agents have a challenge to adapting to technology. And guess what? There
Right.
is no way out. No way out. You have to some degree you have to adapt. Yes, you can run your business, like just having conversations, distributing your business cards, doing flyers, whatever. It's great, but you have to think of until what point and then how do I avoid becoming irrelevant, right?
Correct.
So
So these
those
are
are
the
my four
challenges.
biggest points. Yeah.
These are the challenges. So somebody who has a fixed mindset is going to try to avoid these challenges, right? We can't avoid them. The interest rate is there. It's going to be what it's going to be. We can't avoid it, right? What are some of the things that we could avoid? Door knocking, right? Think
How many
about
of
it.
us? Yeah. Oh,
Cold
picking up the
calling,
phone. Picking
cold
up the
calling.
phone.
What
I
can we
know.
avoid, right? Right. So somebody who has a fixed mindset is going to avoid these challenges, right? They're gonna look for the lowest hanging fruit, and there's nothing wrong with that. Offers accepted. Juan said offers acceptance, right? Those are
What
some
do
of
you
the
mean?
challenges. Maybe, yeah. If
Oh, to get
Juan,
your
if you could,
offers accepted. You know what? You're right. In certain markets, I was looking at some
thanks for
stats.
tuning in, Juan.
I was looking at some stats for Nassau and Suffolk. Actually, the average price in Nassau is definitely went up by what did
Yes,
I
it
put
did.
in that? I don't know if you've seen this pure little stats that were in our email yesterday from
You
Libor. I
pull that
saved
up. Pull,
it.
pull that up as you're doing that. But Juan, expand on that, right? Offer acceptance. I'm gonna assume here that you're referring to like submitting offers with maybe some contingencies, maybe some concessions, right? Like I'm gonna assume that these are the type of offers, maybe FHA offers, right? Right now, what are we dealing with? If you're going into the market, the spring market is gonna start opening up, right? And what else is gonna happen? There's gonna be
I'm
an
gonna.
increase of
I'm just
buyers.
gonna read to you because I just had saved that on my phone. It's not. I'm
That's
not
fine.
gonna do.
You gave me
So
time to check my
the
tea.
closed median home prices in Nassau County over the last year, from December 22 to December 2023, we had an increase in Nassau of 8.5%, from 650 to 705 right now. Suffolk County 9.6%, like amazing,
Hmm.
from 543 to 595. And
Wow.
guess what? Queens decreased by almost 3%, from 680 to 660.
Hmm.
So now
Look,
It might be
look,
cheaper to buy in Queens than in Nassau. Guys, come back to Queens. And to me,
simplicity.
this is how I see it. You know, it's
Yeah,
difficult to get your offer accepted in Nassau. Bring your buyers back to Queens. Our interest rate are cheaper. Okay, the schools suck, but you know it's fine. It's I have a growth mindset. Okay, I see the
opportunity.
lightning and the rainbow.
So to bring it back to that, right? The
Yeah,
instead of viewing these as challenges that you want to avoid, you should view them as opportunities, challenges as an opportunity, right? So again, we can't do nothing about the interest rates, but
right,
there's a lot that we can do to provide value with the clients, right? If you're on the
right.
buyer's end, right, and they're coming in to Juan's point, right, making offers, FHA, low down payment, you should look into some programs that might be able to give them first time assistance if they're buying for the first time, right? Through MLS, there's a way for us to find this information out, right? You got to go through it, you got to play with it, right?
You
But
gotta be able to. I think you have to. This year was 2023. I think if there was a lesson to take, you had to really help out buyers and sellers alike, educating them on the different solutions they have, and banks and stuff like that have been helpful with buyers overall. We
yes,
understand that affordability was a challenge, that's for sure.
correct.
But if you can work sellers concessions, you can work rate buy downs, you can
Yes,
work a lot of things. You know,
no, it's true.
two
You
or
know, there's
three Ks are back in motions. You know, it's like it's I think it's good. It's not if you a little bit more creative and educate yourself, you can really help buyers and sellers get the most, you know, for their home.
100%, right? And the things that we said we could avoid, like door knocking and prospecting, right? Well, view them as a challenge. It's an opportunity, right? That's what it is. It's an opportunity for you to get out there. It's an opportunity for you to get more familiar with your market. It's an opportunity for you to understand who you're speaking to, right? If you're going out there, and we should all do that, pick a section. Dude, I can't tell you, man, in Queens or even Long Island, you're going to find a good 100 houses between two blocks.
Yes. And you know what? Everybody has been saying like the new shift into being a real estate agent is to becoming like hyper localist. I've been reading this all year last year. And they're right. So you
100%.
get what? You'd better get to know your neighbors.
Everybody can go online and search for properties. They can all do that. But what we've already understood and established was what they want to be able to provide that information to a specialist, right?
Yeah.
If you're somebody who's just jumping on the MLS and jumping on and searching things, they do that. You know, what kind
Yeah.
of value are you going to be providing? So this is what you have to start doing now. And it's only going to benefit you. Oh my God, I hate door knocking. I can't. I
Don't
can't. I'm
call,
gonna have a heart attack,
you know
right?
what? Then don't call door knocking. Go and do drop by visits in your neighborhood.
Or oh
Because
my
if you're
God,
going to go more than once, chances are people are going to start to recognize you. And that's
that's a
even the
100%
concept of farming. So now there is a new word, this area of development.
farming.
No, I know. I mean, you see, like to use those words that could have like this negative connotation in whatever to be politically correct, areas of development, and you go do neighborhood drop by visits, whatever you want to call it. So in your mind, it's already something different. If you're gonna go and knock on somebody's door like three, four times, you know, within a couple of months, that's a visit to me, right?
Yes,
Get to know your neighbor.
hundred
That's
percent.
all. That's all it is. And again, it's a shift in your mind. You know, yes. And if you're introverted, yes, you don't like to talk to people. So do other stuff, you know, like create some, again, with AI and again, technology with AI. You know what? I've been writing blogs
Mm.
that took AI 2.5 seconds.
Wow, you've
I
been
had
writing
to just,
blogs,
huh? That's it. You tell AI, please write me a blog about, you know, being a pet mommy in this zip code. And you see this amazing stuff is coming out.
I'm gonna.
living in this section of whatever, and with children. That's it. And
I'm gonna.
it's
I'm gonna
amazing.
do one. Plant parent. I'm gonna be a plant parent.
Plant parent in Valley Stream. Use this, put that on your blog, on your KV core. Amazing.
Can you
Where do
imagine
you,
me
and
holding
you have put
plants?
links to nurseries and stuff like that,
Ooh,
like
see?
best.
No, hold, yo.
Exactly. You see opportunity everywhere. Like you're a little bit more introverted. Write some blogs, do some videos, put it on social media,
Golden nugget right
and
there.
work your database. Anything to make you the expert,
100%.
right?
Be
Make
local.
sure that your bio, you should write up that you're a planned parent. If this is something that I'm becoming a planned parent. I
Mm,
probably have about 20 plants right now in my apartment.
yo,
And
I
I love
think I.
them. It's so great. I'm having a trouble with one monstera that's not. This guy is a little bit, but it's, I don't know, for some reason I thought monsteras were easy, but whatever. Anyway,
You have it there, folks. Monsteras may
yes,
not be easy.
very capricious. Yes,
So to kind of finish that off, that's kind of the concept behind it,
yeah,
right? Like that's the idea. It's just looking for opportunities. You can't just kind of avoid these things, right? The only thing that's gonna happen is what? You may get a no, or you may get somebody says, "Oh my God, that's so crazy." My wife and I were talking about it just the other day. We were thinking about selling. Oh my God, what are the odds? You
right.
showed up just in time, right?
Or on a
You got
fixed mindset where people don't want to do any calls, because it requires certain skills. If
no,
you're going to do some cold calling, you'd better practice your scripts.
don't scare
You
them
better
now.
practice your objections. You better practice your intonation, the way you come across, over the phone. So there is a whole bunch of preparation with it. But guess what? If you're going to do a buyer presentation, and want to work with buyers on an exclusive basis, you'd better know that buyer consultation, left and right, same thing. How you're going to present, how the objections bring you value. Yeah, what's your
Hmm.
value prop? Same thing with sellers.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? It's so hard to work with expired. Of course, it's hard to work with expires. Like those people are so disgruntled.
Mhm.
Like they already worked 6 months with an agent and nothing came of it. So what
What
do you
I
think? They're all gonna put us in the same box?
what I want to do now, right, is I've gone in and done consultation appointments. Buyers, I do more paperwork, but sellers, I'm more in there like tablet wise, right? I'm in there with tablets and beep, 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 technology.
Yeah,
What I'd like to do is I'd like to take it up a notch, even though I feel comfortable and confident in my skills when I go on listing appointments or buyer consultation appointments. To your point, I want to put together an entire like presentation for both, because now there's skin in the game, right? I know in the beginning we utilized the idea of our brokerage, right? Our team, oh, we sold, and this is how much our team did, and it's great, and it's something that we need to utilize. But now once you start getting sales and making them, these are opportunities to
yeah,
start looking, how can I turn this opportunity into more opportunities,
exactly.
right? So that's the whole key and the concept behind it.
And a fixed mindset will put so many barriers on everything, like, and
100%.
you hear it in the conversation. But you know what, I'm trying the cold calling and nobody wants to talk to me, of course,
Yeah.
because you don't even want to talk to yourself. I mean, this is where it's at. Like you don't even like
You
yourself. So what are you going to project right here?
you know
It's
here's
super negative.
here's
Yeah,
here's the other thing, right? It's and here's being fixed on something. It's receiving criticism from others, right? That's a two-way street in my opinion, because quite frankly, if I'm receiving criticism from somebody who doesn't do anything, then I'm just going to ignore it, right? or if I receive what I believe would be called constructive criticism from someone who, again, is looking at you from a coach level, mentorship level, right? These are people that are going to give you information and help you tweak what you're doing. So from these folks, you shouldn't receive that information in a bad way. You should actually be more open minded to it,
And
right?
again, I think it has to we have to even stem back and really peel another layer of the onions. You have to work on your limiting beliefs,
Mm,
right? And where what are those your limiting beliefs? Because we all do have limiting beliefs, and
we
we
do.
really need to be conscious of our not failures, but our, you know, things that are not the best about us, that are not the most positive. And I would, that's what I would like. What has been anchored in our brain, and sometimes it's generational. Sometimes it is even, um, it's even part of
Your
like
programming.
national identity or ethnic identity.
Your
Unfortunately,
program.
some stuff can plague us. When it comes to, let's say, like, I'm going to give you the example of earning money and being French. It's a concept where it's kind of obnoxious to earn money in the French belief. You don't talk like you're an asshole if you're driving a Rolls Royce. I, I know it sounds so absurd in this country, in America, but this is how it is. So you don't talk about it. You don't say, I had a very, very successful father. I learned about it on my first year of college because I met some other
Wow.
people that were children of associates of my dad, and I had no idea. None. And I'm like, wow, okay, interesting. And
That's
again,
interesting.
like those things you have to get over it, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So
So to
that's
bring it all in, that was basically the fix and the growth mindset, right? It's just think about it like this, right? In the simplest term, it's you ask yourself that question. If you say something, right? If somebody says something to you, ask yourself the question and say, hey, like, am I taking this? What direction am I taking this? Right? If somebody makes a recommendation to go door knocking, cold calling, whatever the case is, what direction are you taking it? Have you really tried? You know what I mean? And if so, if you've tried, like, how long have you tried for? Because again, this isn't like a regular job. You're not trading in your time for dollars. It's you have to be putting in the work consistently over the course of time. And as you're doing that, you're going to start to reap the rewards.
yeah.
So there were four mindsets, Gigi, that you were mentioning the other day.
Oh,
And
yeah. Actually, there was a blog on the Mike Ferry TV, whatever it was called.
let's see if we can run through that real quick.
They were actually, like a key of being successful is like where your head is at. That's for sure. And Mike Ferry organization was saying like there are four mindsets of a business person. All right. And you
Hmm.
can get, I mean, you have the best one is the expansion mindset. That's part of the growth mindset. You're like, you're trying to see here, like, I'm working on my business plan. I know what I need to probably get a little bit more education on this. I need to develop my marketing plan better. I need to work on my geographic farm or growth area of growth, as they call it. So it's like expand my number of contacts, like, like what you're doing this year. It's like you're in that expansion mindset. You have the growth mindset, but on top of it, you're applying like a plan to put it into reality.
100%.
That's growth, and that's a fantastic thing. Then you would have, not saying you're still on growth mindset, but you're gonna, because of the external factors, and I'm looking up because I'm thinking you're into that protection mindset, right?
Hmm.
So you might find yourself in or be in on purpose, but you want to keep it safe. You're still open to doing stuff, but you want to keep safe, from harm, injury. Okay. I'm not saying you're not doing anything, but you're keeping it safe. You're like, okay, this year it's still going to be stuff tough. I'm going to do what is required, but it's not going to, I'm not going all in, like, and a lot of us are like that. Yeah, sure, I'll expand my farm. Sure, I'll go into those accountability groups and stuff, but not completely in, you know?
Correct.
And you're going to be on cruise control. You might have the same type of income as last year, instead of being on this expansion mindset where everybody's expecting still to have less, like not as much business as we did have 3 years ago.
Mm,
And they say, okay, that's okay, I'm expecting, it's been, those are tough years. I'll do, yeah, 2/3 and that's sort of my regular business, and that's okay. That's your protection business. You're going to go on cruise control.
yep.
And you have that's going back into the fixed mindset, the retreating mindset. Okay. So now it's
And
like
you
starting
start
to,
to cut out.
huh?
Start to cut out.
Yeah, and curl up, into that fetus mode.
And you
you know,
start to rock back and forth.
you no exactly. So you're cutting down your expenses. I've heard that. I'm cutting down that marketing budget. No, when it's like that, the markets we have right now, like, to me, with my mindset, is go towards the storm, spend more
That's
money
it.
in marketing, be
That's it.
more out there. I know, I know.
F
So
it.
yes,
All in. All in.
all right, like they're tightening up. They're like, okay, let's cut up the stuff we maybe not even need. If you're renting a space or you sometimes paying a desk fee, whatever your situation is, you may
Mm,
want to cut those expenses. You may want to scale down on your administrative support. To me,
yes.
it's like totally idiotic, but sorry to say that, but I'm seeing it a lot. It's like, why would you do that to yourself? You're retreating. You're going back into that, oh mommy, I can't do it, let me not spend anything like that.
Oh no.
And you're working less hours, and it's because you don't want to put this additional stress, because you don't understand that a good stress is good. It's good for expansion. You need, just like that lobster story that I always
The
say,
pressure.
you
Yeah.
can't just grow if there is no stress. You need to pull on that string, right?
It's
You
like
need
that
to like
song from
stretch it. Yeah,
it's like that song from Queen. Under pressure. That's it.
exactly.
That's the only way we're gonna grow.
And then there was the last one, the surrender mindset. When I was talking about the defeatist mindset, that's what I was maybe looking for, that word as well. And they just throw in the towel. They just decided that that's
They
it.
give up.
They give
They
up and they
quit.
don't even want to accept the changes. And it's like, I'm hearing stuff, and even from people that used to be like top producer, it's so hard. We used to do this, and now it's so different, and I don't think I can get it. And I'm like, okay, or even with certain event lately of movements into some big brokerages where like shifts of team leaders and stuff like that, and talking to those people that are going through those changes, same thing, like extremely like conservative in their way of thinking, and not wanting to, and still feeling like they're at some stage in their life where that's it, there is no way they would want to take not even a risk. Yeah, a risk, but a mitigated risk, and just go full force at it, saying I still have like a good 15 years to go at it. Because like, as I'm saying, like, to me, this year is very important, and I'm not ashamed to say it. This year, I'm entering in my last year in my 50s. This year is going to be the last year I can say I'm in my 50s. You understand? And I'm like, I am not dead. I still have a good 15 years to really knock it out of the park.
Damn, let's go.
Exactly.
Let's
I
go.
don't want to go like,
Mindset.
I'm going to play it safe. No, I'm not going to play it safe.
Mindset.
F
All
it.
in. All in.
Exactly.
Let's go.
I have one life. I don't want any regrets. Because you know what? I was, for some reason, again, as you're
No,
turning a
no
page, another
regrets.
chapter in your life, you're hearing, like, I'm hearing those, I was watching those documentary of people at the end of life, and the stuff they were saying,
Mm,
all the stuff they regret not doing, not giving, not experimenting, because of all those limitations. Guys, life is too short, so
too
short.
short.
As all
For
it's
sure.
just a human concept we have to embrace. So you embrace that as a human being, you apply this into your work life. I know things might be challenging. You might be like at the edge of your seat because it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? And you may try and fail. You fall down flat on your face. You scramble to come back. I know, but this is where I mean I'm sharing, I'm opening up, I'm sharing with you guys my, this is where I'm at in life.
Let's go.
This year is my last year in my 50s. I'm not missing, I'm this, yeah,
You
I'm
going
not
all in,
giving up. All in,
all in.
no surrendering.
No surrender.
I'm dying with honor like a samurai.
Yeah, I will fight for Valhalla.
Like a Viking. But guys, you see the concept? We gotta shift that mind of
Yeah.
the too comfortable, the too posh. You know, I my
Listen,
sister, yeah,
you're real quick. You're betting on yourself because everything you're telling me right now is that it's if you pull back and these mindsets just to be under just to kind of get a better understanding is also the mindsets can happen at any given moment, right? These four mindsets occur at any given moment. If you're excited about something, you're in expansion mode, right? If you're going through the motions, if you're at work and you don't want to make the cold calls, what are you doing? Retrieve mode, right?
retreat. I know, but we're
So
all going in and out, and we gotta fight
exactly,
it. You gotta fight it.
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
yeah,
You know, so that's the interesting part about it. We're all going through these motions, and it can get scary as hell. I tell you, it can get scary as hell. As Gigi was explaining some of that, I started laughing because I know exactly, I know exactly what that feeling feels like.
yeah,
And it's scary as hell, man. But let me tell you, you're betting on yourself. At the end of the day, you're betting on yourself. What better person to bet on than yourself? What better person
exactly.
to
Because you know
believe
what?
in
In the end,
than yourself?
if you don't believe in yourself, who the hell? Who says that? Um, RuPaul. What does he say? He says, if you're not gonna, if you don't know, do not love yourself, who the hell is gonna, love
Who's
whatever?
gonna love you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever. He says
I
something
believe
to
it.
that effect. Or if you don't believe in yourself, who the hell is gonna believe in you? Something to, and it's that, and it's yeah, yeah. You know what? Sometimes it sounds very selfish, but I think you need to. You can't be afraid of what people think. You can be afraid of what your your community dictates and how the neighbors are gonna see you. I'm just giving the number one as well, big time.
That's it. That's it.
Sorry.
Big time number one finger. Tell them to read between the lines.
So
You know what
if
I
you
mean?
guys are interested in more of those lives that we provide you every week, it's just like let's bring it on. Let's bite the life like it's like take big chunks out of life. Like
Mm.
just go in all in. This is it. Yeah,
Ah, that's how you got me
a lot of
feeling.
you are like so young. It's like I don't even want to regret the stupid stuff I
what
did
would what
over
would
the
be
last.
what would be the advice you would give somebody 20 years younger than you? What would be something about real estate? One good advice you would give somebody that's 20 years younger in real estate, doesn't matter if they just got in, if they've been in for some time, what would be the biggest advice you can give them?
Learn to be uncomfortable. Actually, try to embrace being uncomfortable because
I
out
like
of
it.
that comes out so many good things. Don't be
Mm,
afraid to dive. Just dive in off the cliff right there. If that pot of gold is right down there, just jump. Just go for it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Make your mistakes. It's okay. Your
mm.
mistakes make just those mistakes are such great lessons. Just that's it. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. Don't. It's gonna hurt a little bit. We're gonna cry a little bit, but it's okay. You have to be going through all those emotions. If it's just like an easy ride, nothing is happening. It has
Yeah,
to be, you have to have those peak and valleys, and because you have to experience the failure to enjoy your success. I know
100%.
this is cliche, but whatever.
No, I like it. I like what you said. I like it.
That's it. And it's really like at this stage, it's like, oh shit, you're gonna reach 60, like 2025, you're 60 years old, and it's like, dang. Number one, I don't want to, I want to keep active. I don't want to like be drooling with Alzheimer's and stuff like that in front of daytime TV shows. I'm like, no. I know it's horrible, but there, yeah, this is it, guys. This is it. And if some of you are close to 60, over 60, you know what I'm talking about, right? So I want to make the next 50 years worth it,
I'm
because
so
I'm not.
scared.
Huh?
I'm so scared
Of what?
of getting there.
No, it's great.
I
It's
have
great.
nightmares. I have nightmares.
Are you serious?
Sometimes I wake up in bed, I'm like this. Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, do not listen to Ed. It's great. Embrace your wrinkles. Embrace your
I'm not talking about that whole fact. I'm just saying, listen, I can see I see my parents getting there. So I know, like, I'm just saying, like, damn, it's crazy.
and your
But it all
parents.
happens. It
Your
happens.
parents are super cool. Look at them.
Yeah, they
It's
are.
amazing.
They are cool. They're the
Yeah.
coolest
On
parents in
this
the
in
world.
this way, so guys, mindset is everything. The right mindset, the growth mindset, the expansion mindset. That's what we should be in. You can't
Yep.
thrive in this business without a positive mindset. That's it.
And there'll be days. Listen, don't get us wrong. There'll be
Oh,
days that
sure.
you're gonna
Yeah,
get mad and frustrated, and
sure.
you might just
But it's okay to
go.
have those days. And in those days, you should reflect and go back into yourself and say, okay, why am I feeling this? What's going on here? Okay, now,
Yep,
it's always how you handle it. It's okay to feel this way, but it's how everything is how you handle it and how you come out of it.
100%.
You see, I'm becoming so wise, right?
Yo, they say wisdom comes with age and experience.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go.
Yes. But thank you guys for tuning in. All right. And I do, and thank you, Ed. Like I've never, I actually started paying more attention of mindset, like when you actually had that presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put it together so well. It's like,
Holy
made
cow.
you think. It's like, oh, you know what?
That makes
It
me.
just grabbed me more than, and I'm thanking you for that. It was cool. Really cool.
Damn, that means a lot to me, Gigi. I
No, it was
appreciate
good
it.
because you put your own twist to it and it was really amazing. Yeah. All right. So,
Awesome.
guys, I think it's long enough live. Let's get
Yeah.
out of here. Hey, let's
We're
get out of
we're
here.
done. We're done talking about change your mindset. All right. But folks, we appreciate your ears, your eyes. Shout out to Juan. You are today's MVP, most valuable
Yes, and
post.
Juan is in this expansion
Yo,
mindset. He looks very, it's blooming. I can see on his face. I see
yo,
through. I haven't seen him in such long time, but I can see through social media. You're doing
yes.
really good. Proud of
He's
you, Juan.
killing it. That
Yeah,
boy is
I know.
killing it, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love seeing him out there,
I know.
moving and shaking.
Yeah,
He's my ñañito, my Ecuadorian pana. All right, my
it's good.
ñañito.
Yeah. That's what
So
we want.
shout out and represent. But folks, thanks for tuning in. As always, we enjoy your attention. And like always, have a great weekend. And don't forget to check out the open houses. I'm going snowboarding. So if
Yeah.
anybody's going to be in Vermont, I'm going to be in Mount Snow tomorrow.
That's the
All
name of a
right.
mountain, Mount Snow.
Yeah, Mount Snow.
They didn't have much imagination on this one.
Listen,
There's snow. Oh, Mount Snow.
that's it. You know what? For them to take the name as Snow, that means you
There
go
is
there,
a-
snow. All right. So,
I know. All right, guys.
but take
Thank
care,
you.
everybody.
All
Enjoy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace out. We're out of here. Let's